Hey everybody, here we are in the ancient city of Ephesus. This, as you know, is a hugely important city in the New Testament. This city here was the fourth largest city in the world with 250,000 people, which doesn't seem big for a city today, but in that day it was enormous. Right now, this stadium that's behind us is actually the small stadium. This is a tiny little stadium at the top of the city. The city's built on a hill, and at the top of the city is where the elite hung out. This is where the wealthy people hung out. So their private concerts are here. The parliament would meet here. There's a really good chance that, remember the time when there was all the ruckus going on because people were so upset with Paul for preaching the gospel because of what was happening to the industry with the goddess worship here. And the whole stadium was filled with people raging, saying, "Great is Artemis, great is Artemis." That whole thing very likely happened right here. What's interesting about this for me is that this town is literally physically built on hierarchy. That the wealthy are up at the top, and as you get further down to the bottom, it's the lower class. And part of the struggle for these people is these wealthy silversmiths. One of the two greatest industries in Ephesus were the silversmiths making the gods and the people who owned the brothels. Just think about the idolatry and the injustice being at the top of this town. And then Jesus, King of Kings, King over Caesar, King over Rome, comes in a lowly stable. And Paul, representing that, comes to this town and preaches the gospel of Jesus. And that gospel says that each person has a voice, that God's wisdom is manifold, and the purpose of the church is to take all of the voices of God's people and in Christ to unite them together, all that hierarchy instead being brought to oneness in Christ. And that each one of us, when we receive the amazing gospel that the Creator God, the King of the universe, has come down to be with us and has loved us, then that means we don't have to exist in a society that's built on hierarchy. We get to exist in a kingdom that's built on the deep equality of all people who know, love, worship, and follow King Jesus, the Lamb who was slain. What an amazing God we serve.